Fire extinguisher. A fire extinguisher is an active fire protection device used to extinguish or control small fires, often in emergencies. It is not intended for use on an out-of-control fire, such as one which has reached the ceiling, endangers the user, i.e., no escape route, smoke, explosion hazard, etc., or otherwise requires the equipment, personnel, resources, or expertise of a fire brigade. Typically, a fire extinguisher consists of a handheld cylindrical pressure vessel containing an agent that can be discharged to extinguish a fire. Fire extinguishers manufactured with non-cylindrical pressure vessels also exist but are less common. There are two main types of fire extinguishers, stored pressure and cartridge operated. In stored pressure units, the expellant is stored in the same chamber as the firefighting agent itself. Depending on the agent used, different propellants are used. With dry chemical extinguishers, nitrogen is typically used, water and foam extinguishers typically use air. Stored pressure fire extinguishers are the most common type. Cartridge-operated extinguishers contain the expellant gas in a separate cartridge that is punctured before discharge, exposing the propellant to the extinguishing agent. This type is not as common, used primarily in areas such as industrial facilities, where they receive higher than average use. They have the advantage of simple and prompt recharge, allowing an operator to discharge the extinguisher, recharge it, and return to the fire in a reasonable amount of time. Unlike stored pressure types, these extinguishers use compressed carbon dioxide instead of nitrogen, although nitrogen cartridges are used on low temperature, 60 rated, models. Cartridge-operated extinguishers are available in dry chemical and dry powder types in the US and water, wetting agent, foam, dry chemical, classes A, B, C and BC, and dry powder, class D, types in the rest of the world. Wheeled fire extinguisher and a sign inside a parking lot. Fire extinguishers are further divided into handheld and cart-mounted, also called wheeled extinguishers. Handheld extinguishers weigh from 0.5 to 14 kilograms, 1.1 to 30.9 pounds, and are hence, easily portable by hand. Cart-mounted units typically weigh more than 23 kilograms, 51 pounds. These wheeled models are most commonly found at construction sites, airport runways, heliports, as well as docks and marinas. How to use a fire extinguisher by travelers.com. You should know exactly how to use a fire extinguisher in the event a fire develops and you feel you are safely able to fight it. Before you are faced with the need to use one, be sure you have the right type of fire extinguisher on hand. It is recommended that only those trained in the proper use of fire extinguishers consider using them when appropriate. Call for help before attempting to extinguish a fire. A fire may grow out of control more quickly than you anticipate. It is wise to have help on the way. Determine a safe evacuation path before approaching the fire. Do not allow the fire, heat, or smoke to come between you and your evacuation path. Attack the fire using the pass method. Pull the pin. By pulling the pin, the operating lever should unlock and allow you to discharge the extinguisher. Aim low, point the extinguisher hose/nozzle at the base of the fire. Squeeze the lever, this should discharge the extinguishing agent. Some extinguishers may have a button or other means of activation. Sweep from side to side. While you are aiming at the base of the fire, you should sweep back and forth until the fire is extinguished. If the fire reignites, repeat the process. Remember additional safeguards. Keep your back to an exit so that there is a viable means of retreating from the fire. Stand at least 8 feet from the fire and begin pass. If the fire does not extinguish immediately, leave the fire. Have the fire department survey the area to ensure the fire has been extinguished and that there are not concealed areas where a fire could be smoldering. If an extinguisher is used, even partially, it needs to be recharged or replaced. Fire extinguisher maintenance. Fire extinguishers should be regularly checked to ensure the following. The extinguisher is not blocked by furniture, doors, or anything that may limit access during an emergency. It is properly mounted in the path of an exit and away from heat sources, and the pressure is at the recommended level. Your extinguisher may have a gauge that indicates when the pressure is too high or too low.